Hey everybody, Kai here. This podcast was recorded on January 3rd, so sorry for the 2-week delay. There are some audio issues throughout that I am too inexperienced to fix, so apologies in advance. However, it's still a great podcast, so please give it a listen. In the future, I'll make sure things like this don't happen and the issues will be fixed. Anyway, as always, timestamps will be in the description below, and thank you all for listening. What's up, everybody? My name is Kai. I am the Nerd of Strength, and this is the 4th episode of the NOS Podcast. And today I have a special guest who is...
Hi, my name is Johnathan Afalava Martinez. I'm right now amateur strongman for Utah, and you can find me on YouTube with Samoan Strongman Afa. You could also find me on Instagram for building mana.
Okay, awesome. And I will leave links in the description below if you would like to follow Johnathan. Starting off, I just want to say Happy New Year's to everybody, you and your family as well.
Yes, Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, so we gonna do this podcast mostly talking about New Year's resolutions and what it was like for our first strongman competitions. So you just had your first competition in November, right?
Yeah, November 18th.
And what was it, Utah Strongest Man or?
Yeah, so it was Utah Strongman at a Big Mountain Barbell Gym, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was. I've always wanted to do strongman ever since a little kid. I used to watch, the strongman that used to come on in those days, like in the 90s. The strongman would come on like at 2-3 in the morning only, and because they were produced in like Thailand or the Philippines, and I would just so happen to like stay up, and I would just catch them in the middle of the night, and just watching those strongmen back in the day. Sadrunas Saviscus was one of my favorites back in the day. Yeah, he was like crazy strong. So
man, you say starting at 2-3 in the morning. It still come on at 2-3 in the morning here.
Oh yeah. So because I have you and you sent me the links, I'm like, all right, fine. I get to watch it a little early, but yeah, like for the last one that you went to in Florida, they just started posting it.
Yeah, they just got it in the UK over Christmas, so they're slowly starting to be uploaded to YouTube.
Right. Yeah, so it's a shame that now it's becoming a little more popular, which I'm so glad, because that's a sport of strength, and I'm surprised like stuff like that is not even in the Olympics.
Yeah,
because that's what the Olympics is, based on strength and skill. And yeah, I know they have like the powerlifting meets, but these guys are just incredible on the power they have.
Yeah, absolutely. It's getting more popular here. It's definitely more popular in the UK versus here, but the fans were out in force in Florida. I met like a lot of people from around the world who came to go and watch World's Strongest Man, and that was cool.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, when I used to watch it back in the day, it was like maybe a handful of people. And maybe they would just like tell the crowd, hey, come, let's go watch these guys, But yeah, I'm so glad that they're finally, all these guys, Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, Martins Lisis, that they have their own YouTube channel. They're doing stuff on Instagram and bringing this more sport out there, because it's fun to watch. It's really fun to watch. And when I got into it, I was just going to the gym because 2014 I hit a wall. Mm-hmm. I was a police officer 13 years, but my mom had passed. my girlfriend at the time, my kid's mom, we were rocky. So I kind of ballooned up to 450 pounds. So I was very depressed and irritated at work and just dealing with people on the field. So I was in a very bad place. I it got so bad that I kind of wanted to take my life. I actually one day had just, I don't know what happened. I kind of like blacked out and I ran my car into the back of a semi because I didn't want to live no more. But fortunately, nothing happened to me. I totaled my car. I didn't get one injury, which was, it was God sent. So after that, something woke me up and I was like, you know what? I have to get into shape. I have to be there for my kids. So I started training and I started training hard and back then, there weren't too much strongman, and Florida, Miami, it's all about CrossFit.
Yeah.
Martial arts, BJJ, MMA out there.
Like the look good sports.
Right. Me, I'm 6'3", 450 pounds. So MMA, maybe. So I was like, you know what? So I did boxing. Boxing kind of got me more into shape and making me more focused. And then I started doing, when I got down to 350 pounds, I started doing terrain races.
What's that?
A terrain race is like a 7-mile race with obstacles. So I started doing that. I started doing the Spartan race.
Okay.
So I've done about 5 of those since losing the weight. And but it was like I was missing something. And I've always known to be really strong and doing this. And then I started looking into strongman again. And then out here in Utah, gyms started popping out with strongman stuff. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm 37 years old. I may not be as strong or fast as some of these guys, but I was like, you know what? This is something I feel I need. I need to it kind of filled in a void for me. Mm-hmm. And then I came in. So shout out to Black Flag Fitness in Utah. Check them out if you want. Corey Black is a great coach. He's like family. I just came in and it's a small gym, but we're definitely family in there and we support each other. And so November 18th, I kind of so Big Mountain Barbell is our rival gym.
Yeah.
So I was like, so I asked my coach, I'm like, Corey, what do you think about me entering the strongman gym? And he was like, the first thing he tells me, he goes, if you go, you better podium. If not, don't come back to the gym.
That's motivation right there.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, okay. So so I trained. So we don't have too much equipment. So, I just started training on the yoke, squats, deadlifts, especially I trained a lot on the, excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
On the log press. So, I was just banging those out, and then learning nutrition and that you have to eat a lot more. Me, I'm only used to eating like once a day, twice a day, maybe. So it's like it's in order to like really do this, there's a lot. Like I learned a lot. You have to put in the work and make sure your proteins are good and your carbs are good and you kind of like got to force feed yourself too, which was different from me, and I'm just like, so I had my wife, I'm like, listen, every 2 to 3 hours you need to make sure there's something going in my mouth, because I was like, but
Was it a bit worrying because like you had lost the weight and you're like, okay, now I gotta refeed, but you were putting like healthier things back into your body, right?
yeah, I was putting meats and greens, just a lot of rice, I was I was gaining weight. So when I came out here, I I was 312 pounds. So then I started doing the strongman stuff, and then right now I'm at 370 now,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not I don't feel, sluggish or nothing, but my wife makes fun of me because now I have to like walk sideways through doors or go down the stairs, and she's always joking on me now. But yeah, like it's something I want to do. It's something I take very serious. And before I get too old, I definitely want to put my all into this. Um, so my first competition was November 18th. I got my Utah athletic card. And I just went in blind, I was just like, whatever happens, just put your all, do everything you have to do. And, I placed third. So it was
That's
good.
great.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I had congratulated you when you placed third. That's great, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
And saying what you had went through, it definitely is a blessing that nothing had happened to you and you took control of your life, and that's always a positive. And I
Thank
kind
you.
of had a similar story to like kind of how I got into this sport. Like
Okay.
around 2016, I was like, all right, I got a nice, good paying job. I got a gym membership, started working out in general, going on YouTube, watch like Mark Bell and things like that to know like proper training and whatnot. And then Ryan Shaw videos started popping up. So that's how I kind of like got introduced to him. It was like, oh, he's a friendly giant. And he's the world's strongest man. That's cool. And then
Huge.
I remember New Year's Day, 2017, somebody had posted the finals to World's Strongest Man 2016. So I watched that and I was hooked.
Right.
Yeah, so I was like knowing nothing about the guys except for like Ryan Shaw. I'm just like, this is cool. And I started going down the rabbit hole and watching all the old ones from the beginning.
Right.
So
Right.
that's how I fell in love with the sport. And then around April, I joined a strongman gym, which was in my neighborhood, like 5 blocks away.
Oh,
But
nice.
but unfortunately, like maybe a week after I joined that gym, my dad had passed away, and it
I'm
like
sorry.
broke me, and I just stopped going. And
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
it just killed me on the inside. And he had watched some stuff with me, but I didn't want to go back because it was just a weird feeling.
right.
And then
Right.
later in
Yeah.
and then later in the year after the funeral and everything, I had moved out of my mom's house and I moved to an apartment. And I remember my first day being in my apartment, all I had was a mattress, a light, and my tablet. And all I did was watch strongman videos to help me fall asleep because it was my first night in a new place. So
Right.
that got me through some stuff. And my 2017 sucked. And then at the end of 2017, I got checked for breast cancer, and I unfortunately needed surgery. I don't have breast cancer, but I did have to get surgery in my right breast. And
Mhm.
while I was healing and out of work, what was there? I just watched more strongman videos, and
Yeah.
learning about each individual guy and learning these YouTube videos about techniques and all these different events. So 2018 is when I finally got it back together and started going back to the gym and doing what I had to do to be healthy again after getting
Right.
surgery.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I
Mhm.
didn't really do my first competition until this year, but it took me some time to build up to get to that.
Right. Yeah, because that those nerves, because you probably felt the same way. It's like, am I even good enough to enter? Me, I'm already a super heavyweight.
Mhm.
So you know how they have the weight classes. So I'm like, man, if I'm gonna go against some big boys. But fortunately, they went by how much you bench press, deadlift. So they went kind of that category. Um, so which it kind of it didn't backfire, but it got me scared because instead of me going to amateur, they put me into the advanced bracket. And I was like, oh man, now what? So it was very I wasn't scared, but I was like super nervous. But yeah, I'm very very glad that you got out that whole, especially when a parent passes away, it hits you hard.
Yeah.
It's like somebody you've known all your life is just gone, and it's like, especially you being probably daddy's girl. I know
I
that.
was.
I know it probably hit you the hardest. So, but I'm glad that you found, like both of us, we found strongman. It it's not only showing what we can do, what your body limit can do, but it was an escape for both of us.
Exactly. It's not just a meathead sport. There is a mental
Right,
aspect.
right,
I see, the professionals wear their hearts on their sleeves.
right, yeah.
Like in the finals this year with Tom and Luke Stoltman, and it was like, this one's
Oh
for
my
our
God.
mom. I
Did,
felt that.
did you cry?
Yes,
I don't care.
I
I cried.
did. I felt
I don't
that. I
shit. I
cried.
cried. I was like, man, just you could just see that emotion of two brothers finally getting to the finals together, and then their mom passed, and then I was just like, man, like, and then they both won. Was it second and third, right?
Yeah, with Dubai. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, man, I was like, and then yeah, and it was crazy. I just started watching them uh middle of 2019. Like I didn't really know about them, and even with Martins, like I really didn't know about him until I think I got suggested him
His
on
YouTube channel.
YouTube, and I was like, who's this guy? Super entertaining.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
I
But
remember when I first watched the 2016 finals, and I'm like, when he first started, that was the year he first started World's Strongest Man. He had cornrows. I'm like, who is this white boy with
he
cornrows?
had the long hair. That's right. He had the ponytail and stuff. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, and then Nick Best. I didn't realize who he was, but I remember a few years ago, there was a show called Addicted to something. I forgot.
Yes.
I remember he was with his family on there,
Yeah, the world's
and
strongest family.
yeah, and I was like, oh shit, that was him from back in the day. I remember. And then Robert Orbres, of course, I followed him. The way I found him was since I was taking BJJ in Miami. I found him doing BJJ. I don't know if it was with one of the Gracies, but they were just playing around, and he just picked them up with one hand, and was like throwing him. And I was like, who's this guy? And it was Robert Orbis. I was like, whoa, that's a big dude right there. Like it's crazy. And of course, Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, they're the veterans and legends, So, I've watched old videos of Bill Kazmaier, just the crazy, insane stuff they used to do. Back in the day, they used to yoke car engines.
Yeah.
What else they used to do? They used to do
sumo wrestling.
Yeah, the sumo wrestling. Yeah, holding 2 fridges on your back. Nothing safety around you. Yeah. Crazy.
It was more fun, I think, back in the day.
Right. Yeah, because there wasn't money. Even to this day, it's crazy how these guys don't get paid well. I think Rogue is finally bringing in money for them. Rogue and the Arnolds is finally doing something. But yeah, these athletes, they deserve a lot more than what they get.
Well, it's definitely like about sponsorship. Like people compare it like, oh, how come an NFL player makes more money than a strongman? There's eyes on the sport. There's sponsors to put that money to them. Right. And strongman's just kind of getting like better sponsors like Rogue, like SBD. Rain Energy is like a big one now. So we're getting there.
Yeah. I see Hafthor is big on the rain stuff.
Yeah. Them coming to World's Strongest Man and having like the rain truck and giving out free reins, I think helped them a lot.
Oh yeah, of course. And then Eddie Hall, I've read up on him, and he's like one of the most popular people in the UK. Like as you see some of his videos, he walks around with bodyguards and stuff.
Yeah.
He's definitely well connected. But like you said, in the UK is a lot bigger because that's their thing, Mm-hmm. Obviously, all the hosts are from UK, and So, but yeah, I'm really glad that it's getting notoriety out here in the United States, because even if I'm not mistaken, I've seen some of the CrossFit competitions, and I think some of them have a little strongman in them.
They do like the record breaker events.
Right. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, wait a minute, look at this. So yeah, it's becoming more recognition out here. Unfortunately, I've noticed though, if you notice, like some of the events now in Strongman are becoming more CrossFit.
Oh, yeah. More cardio.
More cardio. And then some of the older veterans, they're kind of like, well, this ain't strongman now. It's not a strongman competition when the weights are super light and, we got to run over here and there. So, but I think they'll fix it up. We'll see what happens.
Well, like you said, it's definitely getting bigger here. Like when Robert Oberst was on like Joe Rogan, I had people I used to work with just text me like, hey, who's this strongman dude? He's on like Joe Rogan. I was like, I had people like texting me all of a sudden. Like Eddie Williams on like Australia Got Talent, and people was like, the strongman can sing. And I was like, you know what? That's helping put eyes on the sport.
Talofa Uso over there, Eddie Williams. Shout out to Eddie Williams for sure.
Yeah.
I was talking to my boy the other day, and I'm like, I'm Samoan Puerto Rican, and I'm like, Polynesians are well known to be the strongest people in the world. Why they're not in this? It makes no sense. Like we had a couple maybe in the 80s.
In the 90s, you guys had some.
Right. And I'm like, why are they not like gunning for this? Like I would, I know a couple of polys here that don't even work out, and they could bench press 4 or 5 plates and they don't even work out. Like the other day, I have an Uso. He does tats, and he'll go to the gym, and me, I'm still on three and a half plates, and he'll just come in banging 4 or 5 plates. I'm like, what is going on? Like, why are you not using this body and this strength? Like, and it's a shame how, I know so many strong guys that could make something, but it's not for everybody.
It's easy to squat, bench, dead, but once you see in logs and stones, some people don't want to do that.
Yeah, odd carry from one end to the other.
Yeah, in the 90s there was what was his name? Why am I blanking on it now? Joe Onasai. Yeah, that was the guy. Joe Onasai, and what was the other dude? Derek Boyer. There it is.
Yes.
He was from Fiji.
Yeah, he was from Fiji. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, there's Rongo Keane, who was at the 2018 one. I hope he makes a comeback. He was cool.
Yeah, he was cool. Yeah. I remember back in the day, Lars Hedlund. I used to watch. Ab Walders. It was a bunch of old ones. Dominic Falou, if I'm spelling that wrong, sorry. But yeah, what's his name? O.D. Wilson. He was cool to watch. He was super cool to watch. I think he was he the first black to enter Strongman? Maybe. But yeah.
I know he was the most well-known dude.
Well-known dude, yeah. Also Mark Henry. Mark Felix, what is he, like 50?
He's 53. He's the man.
He's still holding everything.
That's why you said 37. You started competing. You were never too old to start. If Mark Felix is still doing this.
Yeah, Mark Felix. I'm like, even Lawrence Chalet, he was up there and he was still doing it. So yeah, I'm really all in. I have a power meet in February. I'm just getting my feet wet with that, and then June is another strongman. So my coach said that they run. He said it's a strongman power meet bastard child. Okay. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but he's saying there's 6 events and we won't know nothing till the day before. So
okay.
I was like, all right, I guess. So
train everything.
That's exactly what it means. Train everything.
That's neat. So you said your first power meet. So that's straight up like a powerlifting comp you're gonna do? Squat, bench, dead?
So I'm trying to become, we call it the 1,000-pound club. Mm-hmm. So it's deadlift, squat, bench. So I'm training a little for that now. It's February 8th. And I just want to so we have a big board in the gym. I'm just trying to get up there,
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw your last comp. It had a squat. It had an axle deadlift, right?
Yeah, axle deadlift. It went up. All right, so let me tell you the day of the competition. So I get there. First off, advice to anybody that's doing strongman competitions: make sure you bring food, water, snacks that'll last you the whole day. Bring make sure you get one thing I learned. I bought Pedialyte. Helped me out so much because you get super dehydrated. Bring bananas, beef jerky, whatever. Make sure you
gummy snacks.
Yes, make sure you are good for the whole day, because I was there from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m, maybe 3. So yeah, just make sure you bring your equipment, your pads, your sleeves. I mean, just make sure you're prepared, because when they call you, and you got to go up there. Um, yeah, so I got there at 8. We signed in, paid our fees, and make sure you warm up. So I was warming up, some deads, some. I got on the bike for like 5 minutes, get my body ready. So the first event was the log press. What they don't tell you is what is your weight that you're going to be on. So my weight was 315. Mm-hmm. So I did, 315, they got you on a time limit. It's how many you can do in a minute. So log press I did, you can see it on my, on the YouTube channel. I did it 9 times. I won first in that event. The cardio sucks. Like, oh my God, like, I'm not a person who runs. I don't do cardio. Usually our cardio is like when we do little medleys. But yeah, as a strongman, from one to another, work on cardio. Like,
yeah, but you gotta do that cardio.
Oh man, like people think strongmen don't do cardio. No. You do cardio. Trust me, you do cardio. Especially, so after the log press, instead of waiting an hour, they moved you right to the next event.
Yeah.
Which was like, there was no downtime. So the next event was the odd carry. Odd carry, again, cardio. I implore, please do cardio, because that killed me. So they had a keg, 150 pounds, then they moved to the sandbag, 200 pounds, and then the natural stone, 250 pounds. So that sucked so bad.
Which one was the worst for you, the keg, the sandbag, or the stone?
I would say probably the sandbag, because it's hard to carry. It's a weird, it's just dead weight. Like, at least with the natural stone, there's grips you can carry it with, but the sandbag is hard because there's no grip and it's just dead weight. So that's really hard. The keg's very easy. You just hold it by the handles, you're good. But yeah, I would suggest, if you're gonna do odd carries, train with the sandbag a lot, because some competitions the sandbag goes up to maybe 400 pounds, and you're gonna need that grip strength and hold your bicep, your forearms, just you using everything just to hold that up, and your back. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But again, like I said, do cardio. I came maybe in 4th, 5th place, because some of these younger guys, they were on their feet. They were just super light on the feet. I was like, all right, I know for sure. Like, that event, I didn't win. Then I had a little bit of downtime, and the next event was the squats. Now, the way the squats work, they have a set weight, which was like 200 pounds, and then you squat 1, and then you come up, rack. They put 50 pound chains. You come again, you squat, rack it again, 50 more pound chains. So now you're at 3 something probably. And now, see, I thought we would keep going with the chains. No. What they told us is, okay, now you have to squat as much as you can. And I was like, what? So I squatted maybe 25 reps and I was done. My legs, they felt like they were going to fall off. They felt like on fire. And I think that was the worst pain I've ever felt, especially with that much weight. And then your adrenaline's going, there's people screaming your name, so you're just banging them out. And but yeah, it was fun. It was an experience. But yeah, your legs are done after that.
I hate squats.
So do I. So do I. I think everybody hates squats. So fourth event was the arm over pull. I've never trained that because usually it's cars that we pull or truck or something. So they put 650 pounds on a sled. It was kind of weird because they made us sit in a tractor tire because we usually when you do the arm over pull, they have maybe a concrete barrier
slab
there
to put your feet on, right?
Right. Yeah. This was weird because, like I said, if you go on the YouTube channel, you'll see it's just a big tire, so you kind of have to try and hold yourself because the tire bends. So when you're pulling all that weight, your feet are bending and the tire's like weaveling like this. So it was kind of hard. I did like 19 seconds. I came like in third place. But yeah, it was kind of hard because of the tire and the way he was placed with that. But yeah, that was hard. Use gloves. I tried. It takes the skin off of your hands.
Yeah, major rope burn.
Make sure you get gloves. Then the last event was the axle tire deadlift. Oh my God. So they started us off at 315 pounds, which was the tires by itself. And then they went up increments of 50. So yeah, I did, I ran through from 315 to 615. Then I hit a 685 deadlift, which was anywhere from 515 on were PRs. Never did it. So I was super proud of myself of doing that. But once I hit the 715, that separates boys and girls for sure. So yeah, so 715, I couldn't pull it. I was
it's crazy
halfway.
how like that's like now starting amateur weight,
Oh my God, I know, that's what I said. I was like, so when they kept putting weight, I'm just like, oh my God, are you serious? Like it was great though, but I had my coach behind me, telling me, hey, he said, pick it up or pass out. That's it. You got no choice. So yeah, I did. And but the 715, it haunts me. It haunts me now. And I've been doing a lot of deadlifts because I want to break that 700 for sure.
What's your max?
And I'll definitely, my max was what? It was 685. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. And I've never really trained deadlift like that, so I'm gonna put my on and see where it lands me.
Yeah, because the axle is fatter than a traditional deadlift bar, so it's definitely more like grip.
Oh my God, the grip, yeah. So let me tell you, I was supposed to work Saturday night and Sunday. I had to call out. I couldn't move. I took a shower, and when I laid my ass down, I was done. I couldn't move. And then Sunday morning, worse. I felt like a truck hit me. And I could imagine what some of these professionals pull, how they feel. And I'm like, man, that cold tub sounds good right now.
It'd be crazy for some of the professionals. They'll compete one week and then the week after and then the week after. I'm like, how?
Like these, oh man, this is crazy. And they put in workouts between them.
After a comp, I don't want to go to the gym for a week.
Seriously. And I didn't. I took a few days off. I was like, no, there's no way. No way. If I would have went to work, I would have been no good. God forbid something happens, I would have been like, I'm just gonna let it happen.
Right? It's like I can't stand, I can't move.
Yeah. I'm no good for you.
So when did you sign up? Like how far in advance did you sign up, then train before the comp?
A month. It was only a month. Yeah. At first it was just shits and giggles. And I was just like, but everybody was like, go ahead, do it. They were like, just try, just go ahead. We know you could do it. So if my gym and my coaches are like, just try, I was like, all right, well, they see something in me. So let me just go for it. And I went ham on it, so.
I mean, and that's good. Like, a lot of people's like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And if you never try, how are you going to know?
How you going to know? Yeah. How you going to know? Yeah.
You had more training than I did. For my first one, I signed up 4 days before with no training.
You see, and what's crazy, the 4 days before, that week is you're supposed to not do nothing.
Nope.
Because you're supposed to deload, and then that last week you just stay home. So 4 days. So how'd you do?
Well, I was an idiot. So I signed up for my first comp. It was February of this year. I was like injured because like, you know how New York, if people be throwing out furniture on the street that's perfectly good, I haul it into my apartment, end up dropping furniture on myself, kind of like injure two of my ribs. So I wasn't in the gym for like a couple of months. And I knew this comp was coming up. I saw it on Facebook. I saw it on IG, but I'm just like, I'm not in the gym. But I'm just like, how am I going to get experience or know what to do if I never try this?
Right.
So I signed up for it 4 days before, and I just went in. I didn't have a belt. I had crappy like knee sleeves from Amazon. I didn't use chalk. I've never touched half the implements, and I came in third.
Nice.
It was only 3 people though, so it doesn't count.
It doesn't matter. You still went ham. That's good.
Yeah, it was a log press, which I was decent at before. So this was like months of not touching it, so I was still decent at log press. Farmer's walk, I did decent at as well. Never did a yoke, and that sucked.
Yeah, yokes do suck.
Like I didn't have like a belt or nothing like that. So I'm just like, my abs were just hurting. I'm like, how do I do this?
Yeah, that's all core. And how much were the weights started for you?
The log was 70 on. No, it was 70 on the log and then 65 on an axle. So it was like switch, go back and forth. The farmers were 110. The yoke was 300, which I'm just like, that sucks.
You feel that on your spine. You didn't have a belt either?
No, I did not have a belt. And then one of my competitors, they didn't realize I had a belt until after, but they let me use their belt for like the next event. Because I'm like, I just have like knee sleeves from Amazon. I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
And then we did a Husafelt carry, the stone in front. Yeah. That was 110. Wasn't so bad in that. And then Atlas stones, which I didn't even get a single one up. I zeroed that event.
Yeah. So the Atlas stones is an entity in itself. Like just from bending down, just picking it up in a weird angle, and it's like even if you try to like straighten your back, it just it curves you. It just it curves you no matter what. So,
And like you said before, if they call your name, you gotta go. So I was the first person up, and I still had chalk on my arms from the Husafeld carry, and I've never touched tacky. And someone was trying to give me tacky, and I didn't have time to put it on. So they were like, let's go. So I had chalk on, so I couldn't even grip the 80-pound Atlas stone. And I'm just like, I look like a fool. I was embarrassed.
Yeah, the chalk, you just slip right through. That's it.
Yes.
But well, now you know. Come more prepared. Are you having one coming soon?
There's one in February at the gym, and I thought about training for it. I think I'm gonna skip this one out and wait until May to do a competition to have more time to train.
Okay.
Since I'm transitioning between a new job and whatnot, so I don't know my schedule. And I know that sounds like an excuse, but I got to get acclimated to this new schedule. And
right.
Because I want to be competitive.
Right. No, I completely get it. It's like my partner, Cameron Tanau. He's part of my building mana crew. And he just got a new job too, so he's trying to adjust to his schedule. He came to the gym this morning, and we were just on him all day, because like I said, we're a family. He was supposed to do this in February 8th, but because of the new job and stuff, he felt like he wasn't ready. But we still give him shit the whole time. You know what I mean? But I understand. Yeah. So may be good. Gives you 5 months kind of to train.
Yeah. And I'm slowly buying my own implements to train at my house, just because the gyms here are expensive, and in my mind it's just cheaper one-time payment buying an implement, So I already have a log. I have some
For what?
For the gym, the Strongman gym. New York City is expensive, man.
I know. I keep forgetting. I miss New York so much, but I don't, because
rent.
I remember how expensive everything was.
I could buy a Titan log for $90.
Yeah, that's what I was
have
say.
A blink. So I just have a regular gym membership for $15.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna get Strongman stuff and have Strongman Saturdays at my house. I already have a log. I have a sandbag. Nice. I want to get farmers. I want to get axles. I want to get build up my own implements so I can train them on my time, and I have the space.
Right. Do you are you living in apartments? Or do you have a backyard?
My mom has a backyard, and she's like, "Don't ruin the concrete," and I don't care.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Just buy little by little. Also, whenever I get into a big house, I would want to buy my own strongman equipment also, just so I can have everything to myself too, because it'll just be good just to wake up and then do what you got to do, But just little by little, get it, because that $90 you could save a lot.
Yeah, especially when you transition between a job or whatever financial woes you got. It's well, I don't have to do this,
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So I like I said, shout out to Black Flag. It's $30 a month. Thank God. And it's we also do go to a regular gym, Vasa, but I only go for the steam room and the sauna to kind of recuperate on Saturday mornings, which helps me out a lot. Also, because of this high altitude, my asthma starts acting up a little. So I definitely go into the steam room to help with that. But because we're such a high altitude here, but it's good that you're getting your own stuff, because like I said, gyms really do get expensive.
They do. Yeah, right now I'm just trying to be gym strong. I have like starting strongman's train strongman in a regular gym for the moment.
Right.
So I'm like, that's not bad. I mean, someone like the old school strongman, like Herod Battenhorst and Riku Kiri, they were just gym strong and showed up and still was like placing
And still
third
flip.
and
Yeah,
second at
Right.
WSM.
So they were just monsters, though.
Yeah. So it's a learning process, and my mom is slowly coming around on it. So it's
Yeah.
something. She was just like, she didn't show up my first comp, and it sucked, but she was like, why do you compete in a sport when there's no money? That was her thing. It's just like, if there's no prize money, or
Right.
even the professionals don't make money, why would you do this?
Well,
Because she's a mom looking out for her daughters. Like, this is your future. You got to make money, and I get it. But I'm like, well, I have a passion for this, and I will spend my own money to do this.
Right. And trust me, I feel in the next 5-10 years, it's gonna be huge.
Oh yeah.
And everybody, I mean, now everybody's like looking into doing it now. Everybody wants to have a little piece of strongman equipment in the gym now, or do certain exercises. So it's getting there. It's getting there.
Yeah, it's definitely getting more accessible.
Yeah.
Companies like Titan also make it cheaper because Rogue got nice looking equipment. I don't have Rogue money.
My God, they are so expensive. Hey, shout out to Rogue. If you want to sponsor me in the Nerd of Strength,
Conversely, Titan Fitness, if you want to sponsor us, you could do that.
Yeah, you guys too. Yeah, definitely sponsors. What's up? But Rogue they're so expensive. Like their stuff. Oh my God, I've looked at some of this stuff. Brian Shaw always gets stuff from them. And I'm just like, he says he's got like $10,000 equipment pieces in his gym. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah. You see that giant personal gym that he's building for himself that costs like $500,000?
Yeah, it's crazy. I could only wish that I could do that one day. That's like every man's dream, to like have a huge space like that for a gym. I mean, I've seen Dwayne Johnson has his own gym. Kevin Hart too. They got like their own little gyms on their property. Like, yeah, that's the best thing to do, is have it on your property. So yeah.
It's always good to train where you're comfortable. If you're not in like a commercial gym, you could play your own music. You know that it's clean. You take care of the equipment. So
right. Yeah,
way better.
You put it to whatever degrees you want, hot or cold or however you want. Yeah, nobody bothers you.
Exactly. Yeah, I want to get my sister into strongman. She's not gonna go for it.
Yeah, I was shout out to my wife. She's pregnant now, but
congratulations.
Thanks. I'm always trying to get her into the gym, but is like I can't. She's just not a gym person, and she stays thin. I don't get it, but I was watching who is it, Luke and his wife Kush.
Yeah.
Cushy. So Cushy. So I was like, I wrote to him. I was like, how did you get your wife to do strongman with you? And then she responds to me. She goes, well, he promised me he buys me stuff after that works. So I was like, oh. I was like, true. So I was like, all right, I gotta bribe my wife to go to the gym with me.
Make a fitness challenge.
Yeah. I told her, I was like, hey, if you go with me, I'll buy something once a week for you. So
be a fit couple. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
and she went to your first contest, right?
Yeah, she went. My stepkids went. We all had a good time. Like I said, if you bring your family, your kids, make sure you have enough food. I brought a whole huge cooler of just stuff because you know how the kids get after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, they want to get out of there.
Did they at least think it was kind of cool?
Yeah, they loved it. They loved it. I wish so out here it's a stupid rule. Like out here the gyms, the kids have to be 14, 15.
Really?
Yeah, the gyms I was in Miami, you could take your kids as long as you're there, you sign something making sure you're going to take care of any liability or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But over here, like I would love to take my boy, but you have to be of age. So unfortunately, because I'll have that little boy with me in there with me. You know what I mean? You know, but he's just gonna have to wait because he always wants to go to the gym with me, but they're not allowed over here.
I mean, that's good that he wants to be active and healthy. You know, I don't want to be one of those old people like those kids just want to sit at home and play games. At least you got people, you know, young people who wants to go out.
He does play the games too, but he's on a basketball team in school and stuff. So, but
that's cool. And like I said, it's always great to have support. Like I said, my mom didn't go. My sister couldn't go because she worked a night shift, and she was like 8:00 in the morning. I got to go to sleep, so I wasn't gonna break her shoes about it. But shout out to my grandma who did come. She came with a broken arm, but she loved it.
Aww,
and she supports me to the very end. Shout out to Shirley. I love you. She's been to all my comps. She's been watching all my YouTube videos, and she fell in love with the sport afterwards.
Good. I'm glad. And I'm glad that there's people like you out there bringing it out to like a different area of people who really don't know about it. So yeah. So I found you real quick because your name came up with like certain areas. I was like, oh, who's this? I was like, oh, okay. Well, oh, this girl knows what she's talking about. Oh, I'm gonna follow her because a lot of people don't know. You know what I mean? I can't have this conversation with a lot of people out here. Like, even now, like when somebody, I do strongman, they're like, well, what's that? Like, like, okay, well, now I gotta explain to you what is it. But there's not a lot of people out there, and I'm glad you have this channel and it's getting bigger and stuff. So keep doing what you're doing. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I was a nerd as a kid. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh and Dragon Ball and all that. And then I got into this, and it's like I don't have nobody to talk to in person about this stuff. So I made a YouTube to talk to people who actually, do want to talk about this.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to anime too. If you go look at my competition, I'm dressed in anime. If you noticed.
Got the Naruto headband.
The shirt. Yeah. I gotta stick out. We gotta stick out.
Exactly. My mom got me Dragon Ball deadlift socks for Christmas, so I will be rocking those in the gym.
Are they really? You gotta send me an email when you get them because definitely. I'm an anime head, and my wife makes fun of me with that too. She goes, "You watching that again?" Like So. I'm watching is it Baki right now on Netflix?
Yeah, Baki.
So good.
Baki's crazy.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm watching B-Stars and My Hero right now.
Okay, how's that?
It's good, but I'm watching like the dub on cable, so it's kind of behind the Japanese, so I'm trying to avoid spoilers for My Hero.
Yeah.
But it's like anime back in the day was like, oh, you watch cartoons, that's weird. Now it's popping.
Yeah. No, yeah. Trust me, yeah. And like a lot of anime, it shows feats of strength too, so it's in the category.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's in the
Martins
category.
loves anime, so it's just like, there we go. We got a strong man who likes anime. The world's strongest man.
Exactly, yep. So yeah, we out here. Shout out to the anime heads. For
exactly.
Sure. But, so I wanna make sure you train for May. I wanna wish you good luck in that. Make sure you videotape it too.
I will.
Did you videotape your last one?
I didn't. I was just so nervous. I turned off my phone. I'm just like, I
Yeah.
need to focus.
See, like,
Don't hurt myself.
everybody. Yeah, that's
But
cool.
I'm definitely gonna have fun because all the people there were nice and welcoming. And that's the other thing too. Like most of these people, yeah, they're competitive, but if they see you struggling, they'll give you advice or they'll be helpful to you.
Right. That's that. Yeah, you hit that right on the nose. Um, the strongman community is a well kept group. Like for my competition, there's people I didn't know anybody, and they was screaming your name and just rooting for you, and I love that. I love how supportive of the strongman community is. Doesn't matter. If you're losing, you're winning. Everybody just shows love, which is good.
Yeah, that's definitely why I like the sport. Even the pros, they're all
Right.
a
They're all
brotherhood.
friends. They're all brothers behind the scene. Hopefully, all the world's strongest man. Hopefully, they can put at the same time the world's strongest woman, because that also needs to shine. Yeah, they have their events, but I feel they should also have them like with the Santa Monica or the Arnolds. Like they should have it together with them instead of just the guys, because I've seen there's some strong females out there,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's crazy.
Hopefully,
But
with the Arnolds this year, they'll do that. Could they talk about the Strongman Arena for the Arnold, Ohio? I just hope it
right,
gets live streamed at a good time.
right.
Because last year it was live streamed. Parts of it were live streamed the same time as the men's competition, so it's kind of hard to watch both.
Right. And then the streaming too is it's a lot of nonsense. Like there's nothing going on, nobody's talking, and it's like, but yeah, hopefully they'll have the women going up too, and because there's not a lot of girls at all. So this will inspire a lot of women to try and do it also.
They used to back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, they would do like the World's Strongest Man, and then like days later they would have the World's Strongest Woman in the same place. So if it was in Africa, they'd have the World's Strongest Woman in Africa. And they tried to put it on TV as well, but it just didn't do well, so they stopped. But they have
Right.
the World's Strongest Woman part of the OSG, official strongman games now. So it's coming back, which is great. We have like
Yeah.
Donna Moore, Andrea Thompson, Letha
Right.
Engels. Like they're kicking
Beast.
ass.
Those are beasts. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
They were so I've seen them, they do like when Rogue has their little meets. I've seen them do like I've seen those females. They're incredible.
Do like the world record breaker stuff.
Yeah. That weird carry is like a fireman squat carry that Lacey's does.
Oh, the Steinborn squad. That thing was
Oh
weird.
my god, that's like, how much was it? Was it like 7 or
It was
800
seven
pounds?
something, yeah, in the mid 700s.
That's crazy. Just the way it's an awkward move.
My knees hurt looking at that. I'm like, this is ugh.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but yeah, Martins is a crazy strong guy, man, and he looks good. All his training he's doing. He's finally got that nerve that was bothering him. That weird nerve problem he was having. So yeah, I can't wait to see him in Santa Monica. Isn't it like next week?
2 weeks from now, yeah.
2 weeks from now. Yeah.
Who do you think's gonna win that, Brian or Martine? Since Brian's back in it.
Is this an Arnold Classic?
No. This is Santa Monica, and whoever wins this goes to the Arnold Classic in March.
Okay, so I'm probably putting my money on Martins and Matus. Is Matus's is his bicep better?
He's better, but he's not competing at Santa Monica.
Oh, he's not.
No.
Okay, so
He has his place already in Arnold Classic.
I'm gonna have to probably put my money on Martins. He's a lot quicker. Listen, I love Brian Shaw, but he's not. The speed is overbearing for Brian. Now, if there's just basic strength, I'll give it to Brian. But as far as strength and speed, I'm gonna give it to Martins. We'll see how Tom and Luke gonna enter that. No.
It's mostly American guys, like Canadians and Americans. Yeah.
Okay,
Eddie Williams gonna be there.
Eddie Williams?
Yeah, he's gonna be there.
He's strong as hell, but he also has to work on speed. So I'm giving it to the speed guys, whoever
Novikov's gonna be there, you know.
Yeah, he's strong. He's super strong. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Martins on this one because he really wants it again. So, and then he's It's
a hard choice for me between him and Brian. Like I've seen Martins train the sandbags for like almost a month now.
Right.
But like that's Brian's event. Like Brian and Thor were the only dudes to even get like the 100-pound sandbag over the bar. So and Martins can barely get the 75 over the bar. So
you think it's gonna be 5 sandbags?
I think so. I think it starts at 65 and then it goes up in weight. I think it's max weight.
Okay, so if there's no mistake, and as strong as Brian is, he can probably take it. Because some of that, Brian and Halfto just used to like nothing, like a piece of can, the way they used to throw stuff. So
and they got the height on them. Like he's like what 6 inches taller than Martins.
That is true. I guess we'll just have to see.
I think it's gonna be a good show, and it's free to watch, so I'm hyped for it.
So how are they streaming it?
I actually saw the reminder on Rogue's YouTube channel today, so it's gonna be live on Rogue's YouTube page.
I set my reminder too. Yeah, I did. I said it yesterday. That's right. It did come out yesterday.
And it's gonna be free to watch, so that's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I'm excited. Yeah, I can't put my money on nobody. I don't know, because it's gonna be. I want Brian to win one last one before he retires. Mm-hmm. I would like to see that because these youngins that are coming up, they're incredible. Wait until Martins, Matus, and Tom are 100%. Those 3, it's gonna be a crazy.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, Mateusz had a great year. He did like 14 comps and won like most of them. Like that dude's on a rampage.
Yeah, that's that Poland workforce over there. Those guys don't play in Poland.
Exactly. He's my next bet for World's Strongest Man.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Like I said, him, Matus, Martins, and Tom. Yeah, those guys are gonna be the Eddie Hall, Brian, and
Thor.
Thor. Yeah, definitely for sure. Now I don't know if we're ever gonna see big guys like Brian or Thor, but we'll see, because those guys are like crazy to look at. I seen your picture when you're between both of them. Like, holy crap. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
Yeah. So yeah, those guys are huge.
Yeah,
I'm
meeting
I'm
Brian in person, I'm just like, oh my gosh.
did your neck hurt?
Yes, I'm just like, I never see somebody that tall.
Yeah, it's huge and that big, you know? So that's
Well,
good.
maybe there's a freak somewhere who can be that tall and be that big, but I
Yeah.
think we're gonna go down to the smaller dudes for a
Yeah.
while.
They're more in shape, you know, with Matus and Tom. Look at them, you know, they're just crazy in shape, crazy fast. So we'll see.
And they got the dudes like the 105s, like Anthony Furman.
Yeah,
Novikov's like a 105, and it was like, hey, look, they're strongmen with abs. We'll see what happens in the future.
yeah. You know who I became a fan, and I didn't really know about him. Rob Kearney.
Yes,
Holy, that little dude is strong as fuck. Like, oh my god, he is strong. His log press and axle press is out of this world. Like for a little guy like that, and he's the smallest one out of everybody. He's on point with everybody. It's crazy. It's
exactly.
crazy. It's crazy.
That's why I
But
think it's gonna get more popular because it'll be like, hey, these guys look more normal.
right, right,
Not everybody could be 6'9", 6'8",
right.
but people like
Exactly. And
Kearney size 5'10" and
right.
like,
And
300. That's, more attainable.
yeah, and he gives people hope and he's gay too. Like, you know, it's he's definitely have a field that he's gonna aspire a lot of people, you know.
Oh yeah.
So
That's the
which
other
is
thing. I had like friends who were like just in the LGBT community who know nothing about this sport. And it was like, who's
at
this
all.
guy? Who's this guy with
Right.
the
Yep.
rainbow mohawk? I like him. And it's like,
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
you know,
Exactly. So I'm
that's
like,
putting the sport out there and they have personalities.
right. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. And it's cool because Rob Kearney gives a lot of people like because people always have this persona on the LGBT community. Then you got this big dude, who's crazy strong, and you know what I'm saying, and he's incredible. You know what I mean? So I'm just glad that we have a guy like him out there. You know,
Exactly.
we need all walks of life to come and join this sport.
Exactly.
For
That's
sure.
why I like gravitated toward Mark Felix. I'm like, that's a black man doing that. And he's in his
Yeah.
50s doing that.
Yes.
And I can show people in my neighborhood, like, you're not too old to go in the gym if
Yeah.
this guy's doing this.
Hey, I never doubt old man strength ever. There's this older fellow in my gym, and he also makes our equipment, which is cool. But he's strong. He's almost in his 60s, and he was doing uh uh maybe 4 foot box jumps by himself. 4 foot box jumps. He's doing uh 315 military press for reps. He's this little short fat guy, and we call him grandpa. But yeah, definitely grandpa strength. Like he's probably the one of the strongest one out of everybody in the gym.
Like I said,
And
you're never too old, you're never too short. It don't matter.
exactly, yeah. He shows up and he surpasses us all the time, and we're like, and then the older people, they always like kind of make up exercises. They're very innovative on certain things, which is cool in the gym because he'll make a gym equipment and then he's like, all right, here guys, try this. And we're like using a weird squat bar that he just produced because he's a welder. So yeah, he's definitely we love him at the gym
Always good to have a welder and strongman.
Oh man, yeah. He. So we have a lot of equipment because of him. Yeah, for sure.
I wish I had a welder friend.
Yeah, I can't even draw a stick figure, let alone weld. So I could serve and protect. I'm good at that, but welding, no way. Yeah.
Like I said, that's super cool. Everybody from all walks of life can always start in this sport or any
Yeah.
sport.
Sure.
You know, it's January, New Year's revolutions. And I know
Yeah.
some people make fun of that, but if it gets one person into the gym to change their life, that's a good thing.
It's
You
a
know, my
very good.
mom got me a Fitbit for Christmas. So like that's helping me keep myself like accountable for like my
Right.
calories and walking and things like that.
Right.
And little things
Yeah.
like that make a difference.
It does make a difference. Yeah. I used to drink the green monster stuff, but now I've changed to like the 0 calories and all that, and just little things, and it does help. Like you'll little things you notice does help, eating more but healthier gives you more energy, so
So no, I slimmed down when I got to the gym and I want to stay in like the middle weight category, which is around 150, 160, and that's
okay.
good for me.
Yeah. Me, I'm still trying to figure out my body on this strongman. Like I do want to lose a little more weight, only because like I said, the certain events like the medleys, you got to be on point with the medleys. Like you got to be strong and fast. Period.
Got to
So
be
yeah,
explosive too.
yes, very explosive. Uh, football drills does help with strongman.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say that. I do like basketball drills, like the suicides, which I hate, but I'm like, you gotta do the cardio, things like that
yes,
help.
yes. Suicide's perfect. Short sprint burst are perfect. You know, um, uh, definitely invest in a weight vest and try to run with that. That'll help you build your leg
Mhm.
and your explosiveness. But
Something added to my list.
definitely. Yeah. Once you get a weight vest, you're not gonna want to put it down. So as soon as you train with that and you take it off, you're so fast after that.
Yeah. Do
Definitely.
you do a mobility work? Because I started putting more of that into my training.
I just started doing it. Yeah, definitely always do mobility work. At first I didn't. And you notice you get very sore,
And very stiff
uh,
too.
very stiff. I'm actually thinking of probably doing maybe some yoga. That'll probably help.
Yoga's
I'm
really good. I started doing that in the mornings and it helps a lot. It just also
Yeah,
helps with your mind and your body and your soul, honestly.
definitely. So yeah, I'm still it's kind of hard out here. There's like yoga's a big thing out here, super expensive. So
You
I'll
just
start
gotta get
looking.
a mat. Do it at home.
Right. So I started looking at YouTube and certain I think I put in big man yoga starting off, because I'm not flexible at all. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, I started doing that. It teaches you how to stretch. Even if you're a big guy, putting 2 blocks with you,
Yeah.
stretching out, holding yourself up since you're a bigger guy. So yeah, but yeah, definitely helps. Every strongman definitely stretch. I notice a lot of strongmen, they don't stretch. You need to stretch,
Yeah,
you
people
know.
just go into the gym, head straight to the weights, and start working out.
No. Definitely stretch, especially your hips, especially, being male, female, stretch out those hips, those glutes, all the muscles around your hip area. Definitely stretch those out because that that helps you so much in strongman since you're always using your core and your mobility. Definitely stretch out your hips a lot because you're carrying so much weight. It hurts from your spine, to your lower back. So stretching really helps out with that.
Oh yeah, hips
Definitely.
are like used in almost every strongman movement.
Right.
Loading, even if it's overhead,
Yeah.
squats, all of that.
Yeah. Definitely stretch because yeah, you don't want a lot of guys get injured because they don't stretch, and stretch. Definitely hydrate yourself. You don't want to pop a muscle, get a tear, none of that. Like definitely take care of
Massages
yourself.
afterwards also help. I see
Yes.
people like the hyper ice, which is expensive, but there's cheaper
Yeah.
alternatives. Doing the massage, the percussion massages, or breaking
Yeah.
up that tissue in your muscles helps.
Hey, shout out to Groupon. I use Groupon all the time for massage discounts. Definitely use Groupon because if you just go to masseuse, they charge you like 140 to
Yep.
$200. Groupon, you'll find them for like $30, $40 for an hour or two. Definitely check them out because I'll use a massage before and then after a competition is really good to help
And
you
before
out
we
with.
started the podcast, you talked about going to a sauna. That helps too, right?
Yes, the sauna, definitely the sauna and steam room, use that for stretching. It helps so much. Trust me, stretching and steam room for breathing. Learn
Yes.
learn that breathing. The breathing for any techniques you should know. Breathing helps so much. People forget to breathe, they pass out. How many deadlift videos you seen people passing out because
Oh yeah.
they're not breathing correctly? So, but yeah, definitely work on breathing. But definitely stretch. Use the sauna and steam room to stretch. It helps so much, and it's good.
Yeah,
It's relaxing. It's so relaxing after you take a shower after that. You're good.
exactly. People, you gotta take care of your bodies. Not just your
Yeah,
bodies, but also like your mind. I know some people's like, I go to the gym to let off anger, and that's cool, but you gotta make sure you're in the right headspace
right,
and
right. Yeah,
cool.
relax. Use that steam room and the sauna and breathe and relax. And trust me, you'll be good after. It's definitely good for the mind and body. Sure.
Yeah. So hopefully everybody in 2020 takes care of their bodies and everybody gets
Yes.
those gains.
Yeah, we gotta get them gains for sure.
And finally, speaking of resolutions, do you have any for the year, strongman wise or personally?
Yes. Okay, so I've always been a person to just continue grinding, taking care of my family. I definitely my goal is so I have this thing I'm trying to run. It's called building mana. Uh, Now, as a Polynesian man, we have a huge obesity problem with my Samoans, my Tongans, and then even with um, just there's a huge obesity issue, especially with the polys. And I've been trying to get get my guys and it doesn't matter who you are. I'm just trying to build this. So building mana means warrior, your spirit, your strength. So what I'm trying to do is just uh get everybody together who's a little overweight, who they feel they're a beast, who they feel like they got no hope and nothing. And I want to let them know I've been there. I was 460 pounds. I wanted to kill myself. I couldn't move. I was irritated, unhealthy, just in a bad space. And I want to build people's mana, build their strength, build their spirit. So, if anybody out there, my email is I'm her king always at gmail.com. I'm located here in Salt Lake. If anybody wants to come, they could come train with me, and we can do it together, because there is hope. Uh, Everybody starts somewhere, and you don't have to be afraid to go to the gym. I know how it is to put on a shirt and stretch your shirt because you don't want somebody to see your fat or your chest. I know that feeling, but there is help. There is a way, and you don't have to be embarrassed. I want to show people that I can help build them up, because I was there, and so were you. We all get to that dark place in life where we just feel there's no hope, nothing for us, but there is, and I want to help. Uh, there's so many people out there with talent, with a strength, with a voice, and they don't want to show it, or they're just afraid because of the way they look. But I'm just trying to show you there is a way, and we can do it. If they want to come, like I said, just like email me, or on my YouTube, Samoan Strongman Alpha AFA. Or even email Nerd of Strength. We can show you that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Like, anybody can do it. Anybody could be a strong man. Anybody could be a strong man. Anybody could be a strong woman. It's we're here for you. You know what I mean? We were both in a dark place, and now we're just trying to show everybody, hey, we're here too.
Spread a message of hope. Everybody starts somewhere, and I agree with you there.
Everybody starts somewhere. It don't matter if you're starting off with 50 pounds or 1,000 pounds. Like, everybody starts somewhere, and that's my resolution, is to try and help people that feel like they got no hope. And also, I will try my best in every strongman competition. I want to go pro. We'll see what happens. So I'm gonna work my ass off though for it.
Listen, I believe that you can. We all, like I said, we all had to start somewhere, and we're getting better opportunities in strongman here in the States. So there you go.
Exactly. So yeah.
Once again, guys, all the links will be in the description below. You can contact me, or you can contact Johnathan, and don't forget to subscribe to his YouTube channel as well.
Shout out. Thank you.
And for me, for my resolutions is just be healthy and encourage people to get into the sport. Even if you're just a fan who wants to watch the sport, and maybe that inspires you in a year or so.
Mm-hmm.
It helps, even the pros. It shows their support, and that there's an audience here in the state, and I hope to get it bigger here, a bigger audience. A bigger audience means more money and sponsorship deals for pros.
Right.
And that's always good. And something I want to do is help promote the sport and get a bigger YouTube audience. Shameless self-plug, but...
Definitely. No. Shout out to Nerd of Strength. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I want to go to another strongman event. They have one in Florida in the summer. I would like to go, but that's up in the air right now. Whether it's as a fan or if I help work the show, that's a foot in a door.
Definitely.
Yeah. And again, I just want to compete again, stick to a diet plan and to a training schedule and a program.
Definitely. Yep.
Because I also want to turn pro, if not in 2020, definitely 2021.
Definitely, yeah. And you're gonna do it. We're all gonna do it for sure.
Exactly. My main goal, I guess, weight-wise, I would like to get at least a 100 to 110 pound circus dumbbell press.
Mm.
Work better on my squat because it just sucks. It's poverty. It's terrible.
It's poverty for all of us.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Just work on mobility and just have a better outlook on life. Try and be more positive, be more happy. That's all I want.
Yes.
And if I can get my mom to at least watch one of my contests this year, I will be happy.
Yes. Hey, I'm down. If you need me to call her, I'll call her for you too. Definitely.
So in a couple of weeks, there's going to be pro-wise. There's going to be the Arnold Santa Monica and Britain's Strongest Man. So we all have that to look forward to.
Yes, definitely.
So we're going to start off our new year with some pretty good shows. And then we have the Arnold Classic, and then we have Europe's Strongest Man. And hopefully sometime in the summer, we have World's Strongest Man. And they tell us the location in a timely fashion this year. That's all I kind of hope for.
Yeah, definitely true.
There's rumors of it either being in Australia, Scotland, or maybe coming back to the U.S., but those are just rumors right now.
Oh, that would definitely be cool.
Like I said, so go ahead.
We have in Utah. It's called the oh man, it's everything is inspired from Scotland. So they have a strongman out here once a year. With like I'm not too familiar with the events, but they have the stones. They have the tug of war. I forgot what it was called.
Is it the Highland Games?
Thank you. The Highland Games. Yes, they have that out here in Utah. Nice. And we'll see when it comes out, but I'll keep you posted, and maybe I'll try and do one of those. So we'll see.
Yeah, go out, try it, be different.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So definitely. Maybe I'll look good in the skirt. I don't know. We'll see.
Men make the kilt look amazing.
Yeah, that's true. And Samoans, we wear lava too. So we'll see what happens.
There you go.
But yeah, no. I thank you. I really thank you for everything, and thank you for supporting the sport and putting it out there. Definitely appreciate you.
And thank you once again for starting a YouTube channel and being open about your journey through Strongman and your personal life. I do appreciate that. And anytime you want to be on the podcast, just let me know.
Cool. Yeah, just let me know. I'm always down. Yeah, definitely. And then I'll let you know, because there's a lot of cool strongmen out here that I would love to for you to meet and interview. So a lot more experience than I am. One of my coaches, Ryan, he's been to like Scotland and Sweden, and so it'd be cool for you to talk to him. He knows tons and tons, a lot more than I do. So definitely.
Nice. Hey, if you can get the hookup, that'd be cool.
I got you. Yeah, no, for sure. No problem.
Like I said, this podcast is for everybody between beginners to pros and everybody in between.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I enjoyed your last podcast. What was his name that you had him on? I forget it.
Will. That's my buddy Will. Will Development.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, he was very knowledgeable. So yeah, I enjoyed that podcast. So
I keep saying it, but eventually I will have a pro on the podcast. It's just scheduling is just so hard to get when this is their job.
Right. Yeah, no,
but
definitely.
It will eventually happen. I swear on it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you may have to, whenever you go to the events, you may have to like steal one of the guys real quick.
Basically.
For an hour. Yeah. Definitely.
We'll see what happens. But for now, I am going to call it on the podcast. I think this is a good time to cut it.
Definitely.
So once again, Johnathan, thank you so much for being on the podcast. You can follow You can follow him on YouTube at Strongman Alpha AFA on YouTube, and your Instagram is Building Mana, correct?
At Building Mana, yeah. The YouTube channel is Samoan Strongman Alpha.
Got you.
Yep.
And once again, guys, all the links will be in the description. You can check out the podcast here on YouTube or the audio-only versions on SoundCloud, Spotify, and Anchor FM. And while you're at it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Nerd of Strength, or follow me on Instagram at EastWolfStyle. So thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.
Bye, guys. Thank you.